when I first got interested in like sales funnels and stuff, of course I had the restaurant.
Yeah.
Never any examples of a restaurant.
Right.
I finally got to talk to Russell at his headquarters one day, and I was like, "Hey, Russell, I want to thank you for ClickFunnels and all your trainings, because like I exploded my restaurant
Using
your principles, using sales funnels." He's
Yeah.
like, "Really?" He's like, "I've always wondered if it could be used in a restaurant, but I've never had a testimonial
Right.
for restaurants." I was like, "No, it works. In fact, I would create." Now, here's a fascinating thing. So I would create a sales funnel, and so I created a sales funnel for online ordering. So we found an online ordering system. We put our stuff on there. We built a pickup window to this shop, to our restaurant, and I did advertisements everywhere. I got Facebook advertising, and I put sales funnel. I said, "Hey, if you use our online ordering system for the very first time, I'll give you 40% off your first order, or a whole." I think I gave 10 free deals or something like that.
Right.
Like crazy amounts of stuff.
Yeah.
And these big coupons and stuff. And I said, "You just got to use our online ordering system." But that's the only way. You can't call it in. You have to use our online ordering system, because I wanted people to get hooked on being, because I wanted to bypass the people wanting to go. I wanted to do multiple things. I wanted to decrease overhead, because I wanted to increase to-go orders, because it costs more to feed someone inside than outside.
Of course.
Because you have to treat them, and there's more things that can go wrong.
Absolutely.
Because if they don't get napkins quick enough, or if you run out of sauce,
or you ain't refilling my water.
If they ain't filling my water, there's like 1,000 things that can go wrong that can make you
I'm out of water.
Exactly.
Like what?
Exactly.
Like, it's free. You're like, all you gotta do is come throw it in.
That's right.
You can see it's empty.
No, it's clear.
I even moved it out to the end, so you knew.
Well, it's fascinating. Like servers, like new servers, I don't have a mental clock, and experienced servers have a mental clock.
Yeah.
And they have no idea. The new ones might have 5 minutes pass, and they don't like think about like someone that comes in and they're dressed like they've been working hard. That guy, you bring him a picture. You just set the picture
down. He would
be
more happy if you I don't need you to pour it for me.
Exactly.
Like I'm not here for that. I need it. Just set it down, and I'll be excited that I don't have to like flag you down.
Exactly. And I would actually train my servers to do that. If you see somebody that looks like, especially if they drink the first bit in just a little bit, you will earn more tips by just bringing a freaking pitcher. I've got a whole bunch of them back here.
Exactly.
Go get the freaking pitcher.
Fill it with ice and water.
Fill it and go set it there.
Yep.
He will be your best friend for life.
Yep.
Because he's thirsty. Right? And he don't have to wait. And he's a big guy. He's 300 pounds. And he wants to drink some water.
And you just saved yourself 5 trips. Exactly. So you might as well.
I know. It's insane. So anyway, good. So it is good. Right? And it goes back to that, and I know we're kind of
weaving over the place,
but it goes back to people, problems, payoff. Like the profit framework.
Yeah.
The profit framework is person, problem, payoff.
Yep.
Like that. Like if you want a product that makes profit, you just need 3 things.
Yep.
You need to know the person better than they know themselves.
Yep.
And you need to know their problem. That's how you know their problem, by knowing them.
Yep.
And then you just need to know what payoff they want.
Yep.
And they will lay down so much money.
You solve the problem for them.
You just solve that problem.
Dan Kennedy, my favorite description of it is Dan Kennedy talking about you need to be a spy. You have to engage in espionage.
Yep, that's right.
And you need to they need to think that you were sitting at their kitchen table between them and their wife, and you overheard all the things that they were discussing, and you solved the problem for them.
100%.
And they'd be like, "How did you know?"
That's right.
And that's where you want to be, because if you're there and you solve that problem, they're throwing the money down.
They're throwing money down.
Guaranteed.
Well, and that's the reason why, I was talking about that to-go window.
Yeah.
Because what we did is we knew we couldn't cook fast enough to compete with fast food.
Right.
Like there's no way we're gonna be able to cook a full steak dinner and all these things to compete. So what I said is you just pre-order. And so while you're setting in the last 30 minutes of your job, when you're really not doing anything, you're just waiting to punch the clock, right? Pull out your phone
and order.
Order, right? And pick when you want to pick it up. And then when you drive by, it'll be ready for you.
Right.
And guess what you won't have to do? You won't have to clean up your kitchen later, right? You know what else you won't have to do? You won't have to go to the grocery store first because you realize that you're out of eggs and potatoes.
Or whatever,
right?
or whatever
else,
ingredient
the ingredient that you didn't have that you're going to have to go to the store to get. Like, you don't have to do that. So you're actually going to have more time with your family. You'll be a better husband, and you'll be a better wife and a better mother, because you'll actually be able to spend the time with your children rather than spending the time trying to fix the food. It's just ready for you, and it'll be more nutritious than going to fast food and getting stuff. You'll actually get real food. Don't you want real food? And by the way, here's a buy one, get one 50% off if you do it right now. Right. And so do you
work like gangbusters.
Right. It worked like, right. And then so people started doing that. And then I had sales automation emails that would go out to give them the next deal and the next deal and the next deal. And so when I needed, if it was a slow night, guess what I did? I'd launch off an email to the people, and the cheese fries orders would come in. Right. Because like, oh, I'll get that. And people are bored. That's cool. I'm going to go get some cheese fries.
Right.
Like, that's cool. They're free tonight if you spend $30.
Of course, I'm going to spend $30.
Right? Exactly.
And cheese fries cost you nothing.
Right.
Not quite as cheap as the onion thing. But
exactly.
Still.
But faster to produce.
Well, if that
with less prep, so it depends on how you're.
Depends on your constraint.
It depends on your constraint. Yes, that's right. And that's the reason manufacturing.
Yeah.
It's the reason why I say manufacturing. But so then later on, when I changed the restaurant to like a healthy restaurant, I closed down my first one.
More healthy.
Right. More healthy.
I mean, it's still a step up from fast food.
Oh my gosh. So when I switched to actually healthy, I did smoothie. I did a smoothie bar, and
you told me about
I did not want. Now here's the wild thing. I did not want people, because the hardest thing to make money in a restaurant, particularly a small town restaurant, is lunchtime, because you got such a quick time, and you're only going to make $1 or $2. You got to go through massive quantities of people,
right?
In order, because if they spend $6 or $7, you might get 2 of those,
right?
Like after the food costs and stuff, you might get $1 actually to go to you, maybe. Right. Like, and that's really pushing it, because you got electricity costs, you got everything. And so, and your cost of goods are going to be close to 50% at a low cost like that.
Yeah.
And so I was like, oh man, look at this. We're selling this hot bar thing where people are coming in, and it's costing $3 to get it. It costs $6 for them to get it. Right.
Yeah.
And we're working all morning, and then the moment we're out, we got to make more, and they can't wait because they got 30 minutes for lunch.
Yep.
So, and then they're only going to show up 1 to 3 days a week, because they're going to the other restaurants, the rest of them. I was like, how can I get them to come every single day? And how can I increase the profit every single day? So what I did, I said, wait a minute. There was all these people want to lose weight and get healthier. So it's like, okay, we'll create smoothie, but we're going to call it a smoothie challenge. I built a sales funnel for it. I did ads for it, and I had them buy. I said, if you buy the full week worth of smoothies, you get to checkbox which flavor you want each day. And all you do is pull up to the window at your designated time, and we'll hand it to you. Then you can pay it all up front, and you don't have to make any decisions every day on where you're going to eat. You don't have to fight the crowd. You don't have to run through, and you're not going to make any bad decisions on your health journey because you've already made all these decisions. And then so people would buy $60 worth of smoothies right then, and I already took the money away from the other competing restaurants because they already are coming now.
To you every day,
single day,
and
I made the sale once.
You made the sale once, and you knew what you needed for the whole week.
The inventory.
So now there's no waste, or there's not no waste, but your yield is much higher.
Yield is much higher, and it's easier to know how many employees I need to fulfill the orders, because the order's already there.
Improved yield,
and improved yield on every other domain, and I understood how to price things better. So the smoothies were actually, I put really good ingredients in there, so I could charge more than like a Smoothie King $3 powder thing. Right? I actually used real fruit and vegetables, and so and alkaline water and all these things to make it like make it crazy, super sweet. And so people went nuts over them. And I named them all these cool things like the chocolate Elvis.
Oh yeah,
and
the chocolate
the
Elvis,
chocolate
of
Elvis.
course.
People loved the chocolate
I'm
Elvis.
sure they
right?
did. I'm sure they
And
did.
it was so good. Like so many different things, peanut butter bonanza, and people just went nuts over them. And then people started sending me testimonials of them losing like an extra
Oh,
like
good
10
Lord.
pounds over a couple weeks,
Oh yeah.
2 or 3 weeks,
Oh yeah.
And they were like, the only thing I've done different is these smoothies. It's like, I know, because you haven't been
Yeah,
putting fast food in you anymore.
Yeah, because your calorie
Right.
intake went from 2,000 calories at lunch to 500 or whatever,
Actually,
whatever it
that
is.
was about right. That was about right. And they would get these giant. I do
Of
these
course.
32-ounce ones,
Of course.
And then they have more energy, and they didn't have this sloop. And so I would just hit all these different pain points. Person, problem,
Yep.
payoff, right? And so then I'd keep recycling that, and then I started doing deliveries, and I'd have these just in my SRX because it was a small town, right? And because I was trying to tap into the corporate market, the manufacturing market, so that if I could get like
if you get a corporate account,
because if I could get like 30 or 40 person at this people
at one
this manufacturing, then I could just get there.
Right. You just show up and unload everything and leave.
Exactly.
And you're killing the game.
I never fully got that caught before I ended up selling the restaurant, but I did a few, but I didn't get them to as much
prevalent as you wanted.
As prevalent as I wanted.